all. Use your energy to cheer people, including yourself. Use your intelligence to find solutions and not what is wrong. Use your freedom to act on what you believe is right. Use your experience to stay calm and peaceful. Honor life. Honor yourself. Be remarkable. Be incredible. That is what life is for. With loads of love, prayers and best wishes, I, Anil Nair, on behalf of Anil Nair classes, welcome you all for the scintillating video session on CAT preparation, the true picture. I had painfully learnt from last few years that CAT preparation is just not process of memorizing formulas, few techniques, remembering 3,500 words and applying them to problems tailor-made for those. Instead, the successful student possesses fewer tools but knows how to apply them to a broader range of problems in CAT and other management examinations. Let us look at the ways students attempt their competitive examination and analyze where is the correction required. I sincerely recommend every student to make a note of all the observations and do a self-analysis so that he or she will be able to understand where he went wrong with respect to CAT 2012 preparation. Let us start. The first way, formulae application. Yes, definitely formulae helps you, but it is just one phase of your preparation. These are the questions where every student will be able to solve at the middle of the night. For example, length is given, area is given, you have to find out the breadth of the triangle. But does it really serve the purpose? According to me, the answer is no. I repeat, nothing you can learn from these kind of questions except hundreds and thousands of formulas just coming to your brain. In fact, I would advise, if the source of your practice has more number of questions purely based on formulas, then it is time to change the source. No point practicing such stuff if you are a serious CAT aspirant. Silly mistakes. These are the questions which can give you a call or which can make you lose the call. These silly mistakes happen because of multiple reasons. Major reason is due to lack of practice. Other reasons could be you have not read the question properly, you clicked on the wrong answer choice. Well, I have this theory with me all the time that the only person who can make such silly mistakes and still can get a 95 percentile in CAT is someone who should have definitely got a 99 percentile plus in the first place. Guesswork. These are not questions on which you did, I like option 1, so I click marked option 1. These are the questions on which you were confused. You should definitely go back and evaluate using any of the mock or the previous year CAT questions. Which of the following among that 4 options in any question of your choice could have been the reason for your guess? You can use it even for questions where you ultimately got the right answer but did not know for sure why you eliminated the closest choice. Fourth point, invested more time on few selected questions. I keep telling all my students all the time, it is not about winning against few selected questions. You have to win against the game known as CAT. Some food for thought using a data point. I would rather spend 30 seconds and get a question wrong than spend 5 minutes to get a question right. The reason is very simple. In an exam like CAT, you have got more than 2 minutes per question. If you end up solving one question in 5 minutes effectively, you have 30 seconds for 2 questions someplace. So to get one question right, you are assuring you will get 2 questions wrong. Whereas in the first case, you just got one question wrong to begin with. Get the drift. Number 5, no clue about question or concept. On an average, I get 2 to 3 inquiries every time post my free CAT workshop. 9 out of 10 students come back and tell me, Anil sir, I wish I knew this concept before some time. I recommend every student to go through our math shortcut video so that you will learn better techniques which can help you in maximizing your attempts and minimizing your time and space. And these are my favorite kind of mistakes. The ones on which you realize you had absolutely no clue if you have not gone through that concept during your preparatory phase. The ones which are beyond your league. The ones which the cricket commentator would often say, a good ball to get out on. Learn from this question. Learn some beautiful concepts from the people who are into that teaching over a period of time. Try to see what concept or theory you did not know which prevented you from answering that question. Most importantly, ask yourself after learning that concept, if the similar question appears for the next time, are you able to solve? If the answer is yes, you can confidently move on. Otherwise, please revisit the concept once again. I sincerely hope this slide has given you some food for thought on where you went wrong with respect to your last year preparation. Just to give you another data point, in an exam like GMAT spends about $250 per question. So a student who is preparing for GMAT is actually looking at an $100,000 investment when he is writing a GMAT examination. Please respect that investment of time and money that goes into developing that questions. Over the last 7.5 years, I have spent countless hours with thousands of students helping them understand why their scores were not going up or where they went wrong during their CAT preparation. I have come to the conclusion that the root of all this lies in the 8 basic problems. Let us analyze all the mistakes one by one. First one, brute force approach, mindless practice on formulae based questions. It is a myth that if you solve some X number of questions, you will get 80 plus percentile, and if you solve 4x number of questions, you will get 95 plus percentile. Please remember, my dear students, most of you might be good in the art of problem solving, but you need to know the science behind the examination. CAT exam is a confluence of your time management ability, your aptitude ability, your decision making abilities. It is just not about mugging the formulas and reproducing it within a given stipulated amount of time. All the successful students definitely focused more on mastery of content than on mindless practice. Stop practicing problems which does not fetch you conceptual understanding. Completely ignoring the weak areas while preparing for CAT. I have often seen good number of students spending more time in quant, LRDI or DS if they come from an engineering background, or on verbal if they come from a good schooling. Please understand, do what is required for your CAT examination. Don't do it just because it gives you an emotional kick. Assume that you have spent your entire CAT preparation in quant, LRDI and DS. On that particular section in section 2, for example, all the reasoning questions were tough and verbal questions were easy, and your weak area is verbal. You are not going to solve all the questions in reasoning, thereby you have ruined your own chances. Ignoring conceptual clarity in quant, LRDA, DS and verbal. Sometimes even the best of students, the ones who can even teach math well, falter because of this reason. Every time when I enter into the basic fundamentals class, I often ask this question to all my students. Product of two numbers is 100, LCM is 25, what is HCF? 29 out of 30 students will say the answer 4. Why? Because they lack the conceptual clarity. The answer for that question is not 4, but data inconsistent. Practicing problems is paramount. but you have to practice concept-based problems equally well. Some of the brightest students I have seen in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Kochi have faced major problems in cracking a simple average ratio problem to that extent that a student said that he has spent about 8 minutes trying to solve a simple question because of lack of conceptual clarity. Point 4, consistency and not contingency approach. I have heard too many students, too many software professionals saying all the time that they don't have time to prepare for CAT other than weekends. My simple answer to all the students who can correlate with my question, I as a founder of organization can spend 2 hours solving mathematics every day. I seriously doubt your time management skills. It is very hard to argue against such powering logic that a student is not able to spend 2 hours a day for the next 6 to 8 months for that kind of examination which can enhance his career to great heights. A higher CAT percentile coupled with great GD and PI can potentially win you a seat in the top 10 business schools. Eventually you will double your salary, enhance your career growth and everything. I suggest if you are a working professional and you are a nocturnal, you should spend 2 hours after coming from your office hours, maybe from night 9:30 to 11:30. If you are not a nocturnal, start your day preparing for your CAT examination. Let it be the first 2 hours of your day after you woke up. And please understand that if you start practicing for CAT and other exams only on weekends, the gap between 2 weekends is almost 5 days and it is too large for the brain to properly assimilate and absorb the information that you gained last week. Number 5, trusting only gimmicky techniques that work for limited problems. I can say it with experiential authority as someone who anchored the entire South India academics. CAT, you will not get all the questions where the techniques will work. There will be only few set of questions on which it may work. I recommend all the students not to get carried away by the gimmicky techniques, which you will see it on the web, on the social media. Most of the techniques are derived after analyzing the question over a period of time, and it requires a great skill set to solve it during your examinations. Always have plan B in place. You should know the traditional method and you should also know the optimal ways to solve a problem. The things that work in few problems will not work if the conditions are changed. It is good to know gimmicky techniques, but ensure that always have other techniques in place so that you can maximize your score. Relying only on few pattern recognition techniques. Just few weeks before, one student came to me and he has showed me a sheet which consisted of about 20-30 patterns, and his faculty told me that you read these patterns, you are going to get a top 1 percentile. My dear friends, CAT is an exam which is known for its uncertainty. The only thing that you can predict in a CAT paper in terms of questions is the concepts that are going to be asked in CAT. They are quite unpredictable in nature. Have few patterns in place. Yes, it's good to know few pattern techniques, but it is just a phase in your preparatory. Starting mock tests only at the fag end of preparation. During my stint at Career Launcher as the South India academic head, I always recommend students to start writing mock tests right from the first mock onwards. Students generally they keep telling me that, sir, we have just started our preparation. We have not completed the syllabus. My dear students, number system, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, modern math, sentence correction, critical reasoning, verbal reasoning. None of the topic is new to you. All this topic you have done it in your schooling, you have done it in your preparation and everything. It is unlike your IIT examination where differentiation you are taught for the first time. I believe it's an excuse you have to face. Confidence grows when you start doing things which you have never done before. Growth is in giving up to become from where you are to where you can be. Start giving mock tests. Don't worry about the output of the examination. Maybe sitting for 140 minutes, that test will teach you how to be attentive for 140 minutes. Maybe that test will teach you where you are standing with respect to other CAT aspirants. Solving the wrong type of questions, believing blindly every online advice. One student came to me and said that, "Sir, please teach me problems based on Carmichael-Quotient function." I asked him, "What made you ask this question?" He said that, "Sir, I saw it in one of the threads that it is good to know all these functions and everything." Trust me, my dear students, 70 to 75% of the questions that comes in CAT examination is based on NCERT, CBSE, ICSE books till 10th standard. Yes, it is very true that there will be questions based on higher mathematics, but to get a call from any of the top B schools, it is not mandatory that you should attempt all the questions and get it right. Have the basics in place. Maybe if you are preparing for a CAT-like examination, go one level above. Don't go 10 levels above and unnecessarily keep solving questions which will waste your time. Anyway, that questions are not going to come in CAT and everything. Remember, CAT is not only written by engineering students, but also students coming from BCom, BSc and other non-engineering backgrounds also. Now, let us look at the ways to prepare for CAT and other examinations. First one, practice with jumbled high quality content. As I told you some time back, the only constant is a lot of questions coming from fundamentals. Do not follow any pattern in the number of questions based on the discussions happening at various forums. One student said to me few days back, he got about 10 problems in geometry on slot 1 on some random date during the CAT examination, and 2 days later another student reported no questions from geometry. The only thing that is constant is the predominance of conceptual questions across all the slots. Develop strong analytical and reading skills. I strongly advise you not to look at the solution to the problem for the next 36 hours and keep thinking about how you can solve it during your initial preparatory phase. This will definitely help you in strengthening your analytical skills. And keep reading. Take my word, my dear friends, you are dead inside if you don't read books. Handle pressure and uncertainty very well. I have seen good number of students who does exceptionally well in the classrooms but fumble during the test taking time. It could be because they were not able to handle the pressure while writing the examination. Remember, CAT is just another name for uncertainty. If it is not for uncertainty in terms of questions, it is not CAT. Get yourself, practice it to handling situations under pressure. Number 4, consistent, self-directed, disciplined efforts. Discipline, according to me, means once a decision is made, there are no more negotiation. If you say to yourself that you are going to study for 1 hour, you should really not bother about whether it is the first 1 hour or the last 1 hour of a day. Consistency in your preparation is the name for your success. John T. Rhodes used to keep one stick and used to throw 200 to 300 balls every day consistently because he wanted to become the best fielder in the world of cricket. Arnold Schwarzenegger spent about 6 hours in the gym so that he can become Mr. World. Have faith in your abilities. It really does not matter what your past background is. It could be from engineering, it could be from rural background. There is a blind student who is doing his MBA program in IMC. If he can do it, every one of you can also do it. Build a script in your mind that you are capable of great things in your life. Trust me, my dear friends, no one is born with confidence. It is something you gain every time you throw yourself over an obstacles. Get mentored by well-experienced, competent teachers. It's very important in your life to have a fallback option. Duryodhana fell, he has got Shakuni. Arjuna also fell, he has got a guru by name Krishna. Have fallbacks in your life. Have great teachers who will keep appreciating you when you do well and keep telling you the corrections required at various phases of your preparation. I sincerely hope that this presentation is helping you out in your CAT preparation. Always remember, my dear friends, small beginning, incremental improvement in whatever you do. Whatever you are doing, put 1% improvement in whatever you are doing. It leads to exponential success. For all the students who are interested to join our classes, which is exclusively for serious and sincere aspirants, you can call us the numbers which are present in the slide. Remember, God will help those who help themselves. All the best. Make your potential count. Anil Nair Classes.